What if the first jobs changed by artificial intelligence are not the ones most people expect? For years, many people imagined robots replacing factory workers first. But the newest wave of AI is different. It does not begin with machines lifting boxes. It begins with software reading, writing, summarizing, classifying, translating, designing, and even speaking. That means the first wave of disruption is hitting jobs built around information, communication, and digital tasks. And that is the big surprise. According to the International Labor Organization, 1 in 4 workers worldwide is in an occupation with some degree of exposure to generative AI. But the more important point is this. In most cases, jobs are more likely to be transformed than completely replaced. So the real question is not, which jobs will disappear tomorrow? The real question is, which jobs will change first? The answer is, jobs with tasks that are digital, repeatable, language-based, and easy to break into steps. Let's look at the first group. The jobs most likely to change early are clerical and administrative jobs. Why? Because these roles often involve exactly the kind of work AI systems are already good at: drafting emails, organizing information, summarizing documents, extracting data, formatting reports, scheduling, transcription, and producing standard written content. The ILO's 2025 update says clerical occupations continue to have the highest exposure to generative AI. It also notes that the technology is increasingly capable in voice, image, and video generation, which expands its effect into more digital office work. So think about office assistants, data entry workers, scheduling coordinators, payroll support roles, document processors, basic customer support agents, and back office staff. These jobs may not vanish overnight, but the number of people needed to do them could shrink, because one worker using AI may be able to do the work that previously took 2 or 3. The second group is customer service and support. If a job involves answering common questions, routing requests, writing standard replies, or working from a knowledge base, AI can already do part of that work. Chatbots and AI assistants are improving quickly, especially for first-level support. Humans are still needed for unusual cases, emotional situations, complaints, negotiation, and accountability. But the basic layer of service work is already changing. That means the future customer support worker may look less like a person typing the same answer 50 times a day, and more like a supervisor of AI systems, stepping in when complexity or emotion requires human judgment. The third group is content-heavy knowledge work. This includes junior marketing roles, research assistants, paralegal support, report drafting, copywriting, translation, social media planning, internal communications, and parts of journalism. These jobs are exposed because they depend heavily on language production and information processing. The IMF has warned that AI is different from earlier waves of automation because it can affect high-skilled jobs too, not just routine manual work. Its 2024 analysis says almost 40% of global employment is exposed to AI. And in advanced economies, the share may be around 60%. That does not mean all these jobs disappear. It means the entry-level version of many of these jobs may become thinner. A company that once hired 3 junior staff to produce drafts, summaries, presentations, and routine analysis may now hire 1 strong generalist who knows how to use AI well. And that leads to an uncomfortable truth. AI may hit junior white-collar jobs earlier than many blue-collar jobs. Why? Because a plumber works in the messy real world. An electrician works with physical systems, safety risks, and constantly changing environments. A nurse handles unpredictable human situations. A warehouse robot needs expensive hardware, navigation, maintenance, and physical control. But AI that drafts a contract summary or writes a product description can work instantly on a normal computer. So, in the short term, the first disruption is often cheaper in the office than in the factory. The fourth group is media and web-related occupations. The ILO specifically notes that growing AI capabilities in voice, image, and video generation have increased automation scores for media and web-related work. This means that graphics support work, simple editing, templated visual production, thumbnail ideation, script outlining, basic voiceover creation, and routine web content production are all changing fast. But here is the important nuance. AI is strongest at average output, not truly distinctive output. So the people most at risk are not necessarily the best creators. The most exposed are the people producing standardized, repetitive, low differentiation content. If your work is make 10 acceptable versions quickly, AI is dangerous. If your work is create something original, strategic, emotionally precise, and hard to imitate, AI is more likely to become your tool than your replacement. The fifth group is finance, compliance, and routine analysis. Jobs built around reading structured documents, identifying patterns, checking for missing information, writing first drafts of reports, and producing standardized summaries are highly exposed. This includes parts of banking operations, insurance processing, internal audit support, procurement documentation, and some legal support functions. Again, the first impact is not total replacement. It is task compression. A role that used to require 8 hours may require 3. A team of 10 may not need to grow to 15. Hiring slows. Expectations rise. The same worker is expected to do more because AI handles the first draft. And this is why many people will feel AI before they lose a job title. The job title stays the same, but the workload, pace, and required skills change underneath it. Now let's talk about the jobs that are less likely to change first. Jobs with high physical complexity, unpredictable environments, direct human care, responsibility for safety, or deep trust tend to resist full automation longer. Think construction supervisors, plumbers, nurses, elder care workers, mechanics, emergency responders, teachers in live classrooms, and skilled trades generally. Yes, AI will affect these jobs too. It may help with diagnostics, paperwork, planning, training, quoting, scheduling, and communication. But it will not easily replace the full human role, especially where hands-on work, empathy, trust, liability, and physical presence matter. So the first big divide is not manual versus mental. It is more like this. The more your job is built from predictable digital tasks, the earlier AI will change it. Now, here is the second big surprise. AI will not just threaten jobs. It will also create demand for new ones and reshape old ones. The World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs Report 2025 says job disruption will affect 22% of today's jobs by 2030, with 170 million roles created and 92 million displaced, for a net increase of 78 million jobs. The same report says employers see technological change, including AI, as one of the major forces reshaping skills and work. The OECD also points to rising demand for AI-related skills, with strong concentration in roles such as data scientists, cloud engineers, and AI research positions, while broader AI literacy is becoming more important across the workforce. So what grows? People who can manage AI systems, people who can verify AI outputs, people who can combine domain knowledge with AI tools, people who can make decisions, not just generate text, people who understand clients, markets, regulation, and human behavior. In other words, the winners may not be the people who compete against AI on speed. The winners may be the people who use AI, but add what AI still lacks: judgment, taste, responsibility, trust, and real-world context. So if you are asking, should I be worried? The honest answer is yes, but not in a simplistic way. You should worry if your work is repetitive, fully digital, easy to template, and easy to measure by output alone. You should worry less if your work depends on hands-on skill, live human interaction, persuasion, accountability, or operating in the real world. But most of all, you should prepare, because the safest career strategy is no longer just becoming specialized. It is becoming specialized and AI literate. That means learning how to prompt well, verify outputs, catch mistakes, use AI for research and drafting, and understand where it fails. It means becoming the person who can work with the machine without trusting it blindly. The future may belong to people who can do three things at once: use AI, correct AI, and go beyond AI. So which jobs will AI change first? Not necessarily the most manual jobs, not necessarily the lowest paid jobs, and not only the jobs people use to call routine. The first jobs to change are the ones built on digital language, structured information, repeatable office tasks, and standard content. That means clerical work, customer support, junior analysis, basic content creation, administrative coordination, routine finance and compliance, and large parts of entry-level white-collar work. But change does not always mean disappearance. In many cases, it means the same job with new tools, fewer repetitive tasks, higher expectations, and a different skill set. The real risk is not just replacement. The real risk is standing still while the job changes around you. Because AI is not waiting for the future. It is already quietly rewriting the present.